And we are back again, guys. Welcome back, everybody. Dirk the Red Panda here with Tennis Ace once more for like the 4th episode in a row. Sorry, I've just been in a huge Tennis Ace kick lately. Like, when I realized I'm gonna be playing through like 14 or 15 days, or day 14 or 15, I hadn't played those 2 days yet, and I was like, I gotta get through this with you guys so I can experience it with you guys again. It's kind of good that landed our 200 sub special too. I mean, we get to both experience something new together, so that's gonna be pretty awesome. Last night, if you're on the stream, it turned out that we couldn't play because I only had version 0.2 and 0.21 came out in December, and I forgot to download December's update. I still had November's. It was kind of awkward, so we were kind of like, oh, we're 2.5 hours in. We could have done one more day, but why not save it for tomorrow and be more refreshed for it? So let's see what else I got here. Oh, I don't think I've shown you guys this, or I may have for after class, but for any of my Tennis Ace people watching, I have a sensor bar that I'll show right here. In case anything happens, I'll do my best to stop the raunchiness. But yeah, I can 99% guarantee you that Tennis Ace won't do this to us. At least not yet. It's like, this game is quote-unquote supposed to be not safe for work, but it hasn't done anything like that in any of the routes yet. At least the ones I played. So that is my safety net to not get demonetized, even though I don't monetize my videos at all. You know, so goes the life of a YouTuber. Hello Jaro and hello Wolfstar. You guys, I think, were both here last night too, so you guys are the G's. So I updated it, and it turns out we're back at school here, so yeah, it's highlighted, so cool. So that is where we're gonna be once we get back into this. Let's see if more people want to join first. Might need to make it a bigger big boy. Yes, we need more Alex. The one place Alex is not with us, school. Bummer. So I might as well just start now. I mean, I took about 3 minutes last episode. Maybe I should try shortening these a little bit. But who knows, if you're watching this like after I stream it, you could just like hit the right arrow for like 20 times or whatever and just skip all this. So with that all out of the way, let's get into the reading. I sit around on the second floor hallway waiting for a certain someone to finally come out of his class. God, why does he spend so much time in there after class has already ended for the day? Once I hear the sound of the door opening, my attention is dragged away from my phone and towards it. Or dragged away from my phone and towards him? I don't know. Close enough. Oh, there he is, all shocked and gasping. Keisuke stands in front of the door, looking at me with confusion. Nico-san, what are you doing here? I go to school here, remember? Not here in school, here in my floor. Damn, I know you're rich, but I wasn't aware you had bought the whole floor. Haha, very funny. But to properly answer your question, I came by to see you. Evidently, as far as I know, you don't know anyone else in this floor. Then why did you ask me in the first place? That's not what I was... Never mind. You're just teasing me, aren't you? What was your first clue? Oh, that was such a weird reading. Oh, what was your first clue? Sometimes I'll do that and just go, why did I say it like that? Like, dear God, like, it's like that one movie where like, not Tarantino, but John Travolta is in it. It's like the one where he's like an alien or whatever. And it's like everything is horribly like mispronounced, or like the tones are all off for what he says. It's really, really funny, but I don't want to be that. So, to what do I owe the pleasure? Given the look on your face, it really doesn't sound like much of a pleasure. Don't make me smack the answer out of you. I mean, okay, I'm sorry. I came by to see what you were doing. I thought you might be going to your band today. It's not my band. Besides, I mean, you're the manager. Technically, it's your band. His voice trails off without even finishing his sentence. Is something up? No, it's nothing. I was just thinking some stuff over. I guess I'm gonna end up going today after all. You could stand to sound a little more excited about it. Didn't you choose to join their band because you wanted to be around the music? Great, can I come with? I attempt to distract to... Oh my god, this is a tongue twister for me, sadly. I attempt to distract him from whatever thoughts he's mulling over by being extra cheerful. Hey, if it works for Jean, then it might work for me too, right? What? You want to come with? Why? Why wouldn't I? It's a band. It's cool. Besides, I enjoyed hearing them play the last time I was there. I can't just take you there without permission. Why? Did they not like me being around last time? Well, not exactly. They said they liked having an audience. Then what's the harm in taking me? It's not about... Oh, forget it. You're just gonna keep insisting until I agree, aren't you? Sounds like someone knows me too well. It really does, huh? And here we are, back at the band again. Or back at the band room, jeez. We're going to the grocery. It just makes me think of that. Like, anytime it's like a room or a store and I forget to add that part to it, it makes me think of after class. We are always going to the grocery. So, let's see what you guys say. A lot of hellos and greetings. And Jun is tied with Shuichi for best boy in my mind, or in my opinion. I could totally see that. That's a very fair assessment. And honestly, it's between these three guys. It's like, honestly, anything would work, really. But a lot of you guys be thinking Alex is the best boy, and that makes it interesting. Like, there's gonna be like not a live stream, or is it a live stream? But Decker Link's gonna be doing this thing called All the Above, like he's done it before, where he basically interviews game creators or visual novel creators. And he's going to be doing the creator of Tennis Ace sometime this week, or I don't know, his next episode, whenever that comes out. So he's going to be asking him questions, and I hope somebody asked if Alex is going to be a side route, because that is the important question. Like, a lot of people would do that with other games and be like, oh, is this awesome character going to be a side route? And it's like, nope, just the main characters you're introduced to on day one, and everybody would be disappointed, but who knows? Basket could throw in a little twist. Let's see, let's hope their mixtape is lit. Let's hope they're not like Maroon 5 today, to say the least. Alright, so when I walk inside the room, I'm greeted to the cool and dry air-conditioned air. The sensation of breathing it kind of makes the inside of my nose itch a little, but it's still pleasant nonetheless. Good afternoon. Keisuke says a greeting out loud without even checking if anyone is in first. It seems that the room is empty at a first glance. The instruments are all lying around haphazardly and everything seems to be in disarray. There's no one here? Probably in the control room. Kagaho-san? Oh, gotta have to do a scratchy voice again. It looks smaller without the jacket. A head peeks out from the door on the far side of the room, looking at us with curiosity. Once he recognizes Keisuke, the raven walks out, lifting an eyebrow. Oh, Keisuke, I see you have a guest today. Hello, Mishimaya. Oh shoot, hopefully that was close to what I did before. Not sure if that's just scratchy or puberty voice. Oh boy. Trying to master voices without having any voice acting experience. Great. So, I note his lack of an honorific inside of my head with a little bit of amusement. I guess it's safe for me to drop a 2 in that case. Good afternoon. Sorry for the intrusion. The raven crosses his arms, flashing me a polite smile. It's no bother. If you're sticking around to watch us rehearse, then I can already imagine some people would enjoy the opportunity to show off. That's what I'm counting on. Kagaho-san, why aren't you in uniform? The raven looks down at his clothes for a second before his eyes flicker back to the hair. Well, class is over for the day, so I didn't see any reason to keep him on. I can understand that sort of attitude from the others, but I've never seen you do something like that. Did something happen? The raven lifts an eyebrow. I think you're trying to read a little too much into something iniquitous? Iniquitous? Wow, I've never seen that word. Wow. Look at this vocabulary. Unless you have something on your mind that's worrying you. Keisuke shifts. For the first time today, I noticed him hugging his arms extra close to his body. Is something going on? Not exactly. Kagaho-san, do you mind talking to me alone for a second? There's something I need to ask you about. Oh, you better be asking about playing guitar and singing. You better, man. Keikun, is everything alright? Yeah, just give me a second. The raven nods, making a gesture with his head towards the separate booth. The two walk there and close the door, leaving me alone in this soundproof room. Or at least they think they did. I can see that the door was just barely left ajar. A Netflix exclusive Alex root? Man, you guys are really dying for that Alex root. If only Basket was watching. Should have tagged him in this or something. Bummer. So I know I shouldn't, but I couldn't resist the urge to eavesdrop. I confirm that I can't see them through the looking glass and decide that if I can't see them, then they can't see me. I stealthily make my way towards the door, ready to listen in on their conversation. A rumor? Kagaho's voice is the first I hear. I can't really make out what he's thinking just from this tone of voice, but he sounds somewhat amused when he asks. I heard the girls murmuring to themselves when they thought I was out of earshot. Something about Ichigo-san moving away. Then I saw you in nothing but your daily clothes and no one else around, so... So? His voice is calm and soothing, almost paternal. Despite the two of us being in the same year and having studied in the same class once, we never interacted much. Still, the little I know of him is that he's the responsible type. I guess him and Shuichi would get along in that regard. Although the dry sense of humor I saw the last time I came by definitely caught me by surprise. I was just worried that the band might dissolve. Wait, their band might dissolve? But Keisuke just joined them not too long ago. Now they're dissolving? I can't really say much on the matter. Ichigo's business is her own to disclose. You shouldn't ask her about it. I will say that we have no intention of dissolving the band, though. Kagaho's voice sounds really serious from where I stand. It's like his words are denying what was said, but his voice seems inclined to agree. If that even makes any sense. I suck at reading people's mood from their voices. Wait, is that what Keikun was thinking about when I talked to you in front of your class? And the band would keep going even if she left. You're asking me for information I had no way of giving you. I don't make decisions for the others, Keisuke. All I'm saying is that right now, things are fine. You're reading too much into it. So there's really no underlying reason for you to be wearing those clothes. I hear a dry chuckle. The raven's voice echoes, almost like a squawk. And yes, I know that's specious. Oof. Yikes. Crucifixed me. Oh my god. Honestly, reading Jaro's comments is like, it's honestly like playing roulette with like the YouTube monetization system. Oof. Well, I'll see you there. Nah, I kid. But yeah, I wish I didn't have to go to churches. Only out of obligation for where I live. So, yeah. That's interesting. Anyway, we're moving on from the specious comment. Oh, you have a question, Kamari? What you got? I'm assuming it's kind of lagging, so I'll give it a second. So what is the question? Not to press you, but... I'll just read this line first. About as much reason I'd have for wearing any other types of clothes. If my clothes make you uncomfortable, I could strip for you. Would that make you feel better? No thanks. I already see my fair share of naked bodies in the locker room. I'm good. Oh, there's the question. What should I do when I become 18? First of all, spend it safely, have a safe party with it. Honestly, not too much different other I mean, I can't really think of much. I really didn't do much different for me when I turned 18. It's like, just, you know, you're an adult now. Just be more careful with the law. 21's the big one. Honestly, like, that's the one where you're like, oh, I can drink, I can drive. No, don't drink and drive. No. You can drink, but don't drive at the same time or while you're under the influence. So, I mean, yeah, you could date someone. I mean, you could do that whenever, but yeah, honestly, just enjoy it like it's another year. That's what I did. Just went out for sushi for my birthday and yeah, kept it pretty simple. Honestly, that's what I'd say. Honestly, I treat birthdays like that, like any other birthday. I didn't make too big of a deal out of mine. A lot of people will try and make a big deal out of their 21st now. I haven't yet. I haven't had any plans to. So, yeah. That has been, you know, that's my opinion on birthdays. But yeah, sushi is the bomb, so I recommend treating yourself to sushi. Alright, so where are we? I hear the sound of the door handle being rustled and immediately bolt back to where I was before. Oh yeah, if you're going to college, Yeah, definitely make sure you're safe with all that stuff. Cause yeah, they'll try and tempt you before you're 21. Act natural, act natural. Huh? The door was open? I could have sworn I closed it. Oh, this? Sorry, I forgot to say. The pin is kind of broken a little, so you have to pull on it hard for it to actually go into its groove. Otherwise, it just slides itself open again. Seriously, how many issues have I had to have fixed just these past 2 weeks alone? How do all this stuff show up broken? My guess is that the cleaning staff doesn't really know how to deal with all the equipment. A lot of the stuff here is really delicate. This door is bigger and heavier to help with the soundproofing, but it uses a regular lock. It probably couldn't handle the weight. It probably can't handle the weight, is what you're saying? It's as good as a guess as any. Is everything alright? I try acting as if I had no idea what they just discussed. Good thing I'm not as crappy of a liar as Shuichi is. He'd have been busted before even saying a word. Honestly. Oh, I forget you were there for a second. Yeah, everything's fine. Just had some band matters to discuss. That's all. Hey, don't just forget I'm here. Hey, don't just forget that I'm here. Anyway, I'll make sure to inform the faculty office so this can be fixed soon. Thank you, Keisuke. Did he just ignore me? Where is everyone else, by the way? Are they just inside the booth or something like that? Oh no, they're just late. I've been listening to some recordings while I wait for them to arrive. Ichigo is supposed to be meeting with the council president. I have no idea where the others are, though. With Shuichi? Why? Somebody jealous? I see. He eyes me with curiosity, almost cracking a smile. Ah, that's true. You're his best friend, aren't you? Yeah, I am. Is something going on? Ichigo-san wanted to book the school auditorium for the band to perform in during the festival. She's probably negotiating with him. Negotiating? The student council allocates the common areas of the school for interested clubs. Not all of us are capable of our rooms for our not all of us are capable of us our rooms or for our displays, so we have to get spaces in other areas. Do you love what you do and won't work a day in your job? No, I probably will have to work my job. Like, there's no way this would cover for me. But, you know, like I said, it's a hobby for me. You know, just treating it like it is. And I've been streaming for 23.5 minutes. Exactly. So, not missing much. So, the auditorium is the only place where we could possibly do a show. But it's also one of the most popular areas. Lots of clubs set booths there every year. And we are basically asking for it all to ourselves. Oh, wow. That sounds like a difficult thing to get. It is. Ichigo has been going at it for almost a month already, but he still won't budge. It's not like he's completely against giving it to us. It's just hard for him to reallocate the other clubs, I'd imagine. I could try asking for you guys if that would make things easier. Give us some persuasion. Wink, wink. Thank you for the offer, but we don't really need to use, or we don't really want to use personal connections to our advantage. If we wanted that, we would have asked Keisuke a long time ago. Not like I've agreed to, or not like I have agreed in the first place. Also true. Oh, sorry. I didn't know. It's alright. Like I said, I appreciate the offer. We just want to do things properly. So you guys are gonna be performing on the festival then? Do you have any original songs, or will you be doing any covers? It's mostly covers. Even though the band has been together for quite some time, we haven't had much success with composing until recently. We only have 2 original songs written so far, and only one of them rehearsed. Persuade him with 10 cans of soda, jeez. That is a lot of persuasion. Kakaho-san. Keisuke is the one behind our compositions. Did you know he's quite a talented Kagaho-san? Keikun's voice goes up a few octaves as he interjects, trying to cut the raven off mid-sentence. Oh, sorry. Wasn't I supposed to tell him that? Wow, I didn't know you also composed, Keikun. It's like you're an amazingly talented music artist, but you're too shy to admit it. I thought all he could do was compose until you and Ichigo told us he could sing and play too. Can we please stop talking about this? Sure, if you're uncomfortable playing it in front of us, then that's your prerogative. We're just here to make music. That's not what Never mind. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we have 4/5 of the band. Heya. Good afternoon. 2 girls walk into the room, effectively interrupting the conversation we'd been having so far. Not that I'm going to complain. The mood wasn't exactly the most comfortable here. Their eyes immediately fall on me. The coyote immediately goes stiff, taking a step back while she notices my presence. Wait, I'm stuttering. Did they say coyote? Wasn't it a bat? And isn't she a raccoon? Isn't it a bat and a raccoon? Where's the coyote? What is happening? What's with the inconsistencies? Sorry. What? I think they mentioned, I think Shoku was her name? The bat, or supposedly a coyote now, but I could see her more as a coyote. Maybe it must have been like a typo in the first one, but either way, I don't judge. Y'all still look good. Oh, hi, it's you again. Kei-chan's friend? Don't call me Kei-chan. Yep, that's me, Kei-chan's friend. I brought my tennis bag with me. I'll hit you with my racket, I swear. Alright, calm down, I was only joking. Hey, Kagaho-san, what happened to your uniform? Is everyone going to ask me that question? You usually never get changed when we rehearse. I just want to switch things up. There's no harm in that. I suppose. Come on, Shoko-chan. Oh, Shoko. Okay, close enough. Let's get changed. Yep, it is a coyote. Double checking. The coyote nods, following the other girl without a single word being said. Okay, I'm assuming that, when they made the character select days, they originally intended for her to be a bat, and then switched it up, like, when they got to, like, day 14 or whatever, and just was like, okay, let's make her a coyote instead, and made the sprite a coyote. Because I was kind of like, that doesn't really look like a bat. But, yeah. I guess they'll have to change that typo. But, yeah, it's not a big deal. So, they're getting changed. Here? We have a small bathroom adjoined with the control room. The girls tend to go get changed there instead of using the public bathroom on the floor. I thought only the sports clubs had private bathrooms, and that's what I thought until I met the performing arts building, or went to the performing arts building. Our bathrooms and pretty much our entire gym, except for like the actual courts you played on, were like being renovated right now, or they are being renovated right now. And as a result, our showers and bathrooms and everything are completely like demolished right now. And so as a result, we had to use the performing arts buildings like showers and stuff. And it's like, I have to walk halfway across the school just to take a shower. But those showers are so much better than the ones we have for the sports ones. Sports ones are like, they don't even have dividers like the ones that in this game. It's like, in my like school's bathrooms, it's like, it's just no dividers, just faucets coming from each side, really. It's just pretty much an open shower, so you really can't really strip down that much when you're there. And then the performing arts ones are actually divided with like concrete or whatever walls with tile and have shower handles. It's like amazing. I'm like, why can't sports showers have this? They even had a little seat for one of them. And I'm thinking, if somebody had a cramp, that would be the best thing for them. Like, they better do that. I should probably suggest that to them. But yeah, maybe really thankful for those showers. Might use them more often now. So, this room used to be for the school's marching band's rehearsals. That's why it's so big. We got lucky to be assigned it after the marching band was dissolved. So you just stole the marching band's room. I see what you did. Sneaky move. Yeah, showers do tend to suck at college for athletes. It's like, if anything, it's like performing arts are like, yeah, we don't want people to be like exposed to each other. We're gonna fully divide you guys off. But for sports, it's like, who cares? They're athletes. They won't mind. And it's like really awkward. Yeah, I totally understand that. I have a friend who did marching band in high school, and he had to get up at like, I think it was like 5 in the morning, and they practiced at like 6 in the morning. It's pretty horrid sometimes, like, but I bet it's worth it. So that bathroom was supposed to be for the band's instructor to use? Pretty much. Now it's ours though. They tried assigning us a regular club room at first, but the noise complaints piled up pretty fast. And this was the only soundproof room they had. What about the classic music club's room? Up until Jean transferred here, that was never used. It's not soundproof. I imagine that's because pianos, violins, and the likes don't tend to be as loud as electric guitars, drums, and other rock instruments. Oh, that does sound like a good point. Oh, there he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Kurusu. Once again, the sound of the door opening snaps our attention away from our conversation. Hey, sorry I'm a little late. The monkey, who if I remember correctly is their guitarist, immediately looks at me, openly grinning at my sight. Are we gonna have an audience today? Cool. He then looks over at the other 2 members of his club currently present. His eyes linger on the raven as he raises an eyebrow. Kago-san, how come you're not wearing... Is everyone seriously going to ask me that question? The raven snaps, for a second dropping his composed attitude. His face flashes with a scowl as his voice echoes his profound annoyance at the repeated questions. Okay, forget I asked. Sheesh, someone's pissy today. No, you just happen to be the 3rd person asking me that question, and I've already just become fed up. How is that my fault? Don't just snap at me. Kurusu reminds me of Darius from EA for some reason, with that pose he does, and that shirt he does. I don't know what else would make you think that, though. Oh, no, the hair, too. Like, he's got that spiked up hair look. I see where you're going with this. Sorry, I think I might have kicked off the issue. If you're sorry, then how come you're smiling? The monkey pouts, his face starting to get red. From what I've seen last time I was here and what I'm seeing now, I guess he's not the most mature person around. I mean, he did throw a temper tantrum when he thought I had dated their vocalist before. Kurusu, don't forget to breathe. I think your lips are starting to turn blue. I am breathing! Can we stop acting like children already, both of you? I don't see what about my behavior makes me a child. Of course you don't! You're too slick to be caught misbehaving, aren't you? You're the one who said it. Yes, what's an odd coincidence, isn't it? What an odd coincidence, isn't it? Now, can we focus on rehearsing? Are the girls here already? Mio and Shoko are. Ichigo will probably still be a while. She's in the middle of negotiations. What? Then how are we supposed to rehearse without her? You know your riffs, don't you? That's all you need to rehearse. But it's just not the same without Ichigo-san. Oh yeah, Red Scarlet, the person that keeps hitting on me in the chats. Awkwardly says hi. So there's everybody. Oh look, Shoko looks pretty good with that jacket and stuff. Interesting. Oh, yeah, they all dress up pretty well. Come on, Keisuke, change into your casual wear. What's not the same without Ichigo? The girls walk out of the adjoining room, both changed out of their uniforms. Since the monkey had been speaking so loudly, they both walk with their eyes glued to him. Looks of curiosity plastered over their faces. Kagaho-san wants us to rehearse without her. Well, yeah. She said she was gonna be late today because of her negotiations with the council president. What's the problem with that? What? You don't think there's anything wrong with that? We can't rehearse without her. I actually don't see any problem either. The coyote eyes me, her eyes lingering for a second before she finishes her sentence. Damn, her eyes look really scary and unfriendly. Does she not like me or something? The raccoon, noticing my sudden discomfort, elbows her friend. Shoko-chan, don't stare at him like that. He'll get the wrong idea. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. She stammers out her words, her eyes suddenly becoming fixed to her shoes. She doesn't look that scary, she just looks scared herself, like just... Yeah. I see, she's a shy character. So, please try to have a little more tact, will you? Or please try to have a little more tact, won't you? What are you talking about? I'm all about tact. Sure. Kagaho-san, the Raven, which we've pretty much addressed the past, 10 minutes now, leans up towards me, whispering on my ear. Please don't mind her. She's really shy with newcomers, and some people think she comes off as being standoffish. Oh, I see. Message received. Well, should we get to it? But what about Ichigo-san? Look, I understand your reservations, but there's less than 2 weeks until the festival, and you guys only have 3 hours a day to rehearse. Do you really want to loosen up, do you really want to lose up to an entire hour because of that? But it's as Keisuke says, we need to use our time to its fullest. We have 2 original songs to play, and we haven't even finished learning the first one. Even I'm being optimistic, I still see us having a hard time getting them perfected by then. Oh no, the chat got disconnected. Oh, successfully connected. Nice. Should we invite Coach Gil? Oof. That would be interesting. Sword cutting word activate. Hi, Pepsi? Beppis. There's one guy I kept calling Beppis because his actual name looked like Pepsi, but it wasn't Pepsi. But yeah, it was weird. I knew that someone will pun him. Oh god. You guys are too crazy. So, alright, let's get started then. Right. I'm gonna be watching from inside the control room with Nico-san. Alright, we'll do some warming up before we get into it. Feel free to call us out if we make any mistakes. You're talking to a pitch-perfect musician. This is gonna be a long day. I don't think I'm qualified to do that sort of thing. It's your song. You're the only one who can tell us if we're performing it correctly. That's... Oh, what's wrong? Embarrassed to have your friend hearing your original composition? Shut up. Nice job establishing your authority. You're getting teased by a freshman. Wait, she's a freshman? She's not 18, but neither is Keisuke. So don't you start too. Come on, just come with me to the control room. Oh wait, no, the age of being an adult is 20 in this country, or not in this country, but Japan. So everybody here is a minor. Oh wow, look at that. Look at this nice little new art, or picture that was photoshopped and manipulated, but still pretty good sound booth. Oh my god, why am I so bad with names? So I walk into the so-called control room for the first time. The first thing that stands out to me is just how old the equipment inside looks. Holy crap, are those CRT monitors? Just how old is this stuff? Most of it is unusable. I tried offering to buy new equipment for the band, but they flat out refused. All the instruments and amps they use are stuff they bought for themselves, and they're all proud of that. Not that it would matter though. We don't really do any recording, so the only thing that we need to have functional is the sound monitor. You mean the CRTs? No. A sound monitor is something you use to monitor the sound frequencies. We plug a headphone to it so we can listen to what's going on inside, as well as check each mic separately. Notice how we have more than one microphone inside. We're not just picking up the sum of the sounds inside. We have mics placed to record each instrument separately too. It allows the sound engineer to monitor every single player in the room. That's why it's called a monitor. It's the only equipment in this room that isn't outdated past the point of uselessness. Oh, I didn't know any of that. Damn, I feel so stupid with him having to explain all this stuff to me. Doesn't help that he acts as if it was the most basic stuff in the world. Here, I'm gonna plug another headphone so you can listen too. Just don't touch anything else, okay? Sure. Keisuke hands me a pair of earbuds and, at the same time, grabs another one for himself. He puts one on his left ear, leaving the other off, just like me, but the opposite, where I do my right headphone on, and then my left headphone kind of slightly off to the side so I can hear my voice and, you know, read, or whatever, make sure I got the right reading. That's a weird thing. People think, oh, doing two headphones would be better than one. But really, it's like, you want to hear what's going on and be able to know you're doing the voice right. It's weird. So, I assume he did it so he can still talk to me. Oh, probably that. Whoops. Regardless, I imitate him, try my best not to look like too much of a novice with this stuff. No, Nico, mayonnaise is not an instrument. Horseradish isn't either. Earbuds. I thought you'd be using on-ear headphones. Or the big puffy ones, I guess. There are no good models out there for hairs. Our ears are too big, and that causes the sound to bleed. A good pair of reference earbuds are better since they completely close the ear canal. Damn, you really know a lot about this stuff. What? Mixing? Not at all. I had to research a lot of this stuff when I first joined so I could be useful. It wouldn't surprise me if I were wrong about some stuff. Well, in that case, you sound really confident about something you don't really know anything about. Wouldn't be the first time. Keisuke, can we start? I hear someone's voice echoing inside my left ear. Looking at through the window to the next room, I see the Raven looking directly at the two of us. All the band members are in their respective positions with their instruments. Ooh, I can't wait to actually hear them play. I have to admit, even the meekest looking member of their band looks a hell of a lot more imposing once they have their instruments in hand. Or about to play them. It'd be hard to hold a keyboard. They really look like the people who know what they're doing. The air of confidence they all have is a little stifling if I'm being honest. Alright, Keikun presses a button and talks into a microphone that is dangling from a pedestal near his mouth. Oh, that's right, dangling. I thought there was an E for some reason. I just misread that. So it is dangling. So, sure, whatever you want. Sure, whenever you want. The Raven nods, sharing a... I messed up 3 lines in a row. My goodness. How professional. 200 subs and doing this. Whatever. That's something you gotta say to yourself. If you're messing up and all that stuff, you just gotta say whatever. Move on to the next thing. So, anyway, the Raven nods, sharing a knowing glance with the other members. Almost as if on cue, their drummer, the raccoon girl, clacks her drumsticks a few times as if to make a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just like a hardcore drum solo. I'd be down for that. So then they all start playing all at once. No one is even a beat late on their start. Wait. What job? Oh my god. The synchrony leaves me completely astounded. Whoa. I have a hard time even trying to come up with words. It's just... I can't even begin to put it into words. I look over to Keikun sitting next to me and see him frowning, staring at their performance with a complete opposite reaction to mine. Is something wrong? They're not playing like usual. What do you mean? Half of them are doing just fine, but I think Ichigo-san not being here is making some of them uneasy. Really? Who? Guitar and keyboard. That's Kurusu and Shoko. I'm not too surprised. Our bass and drums are fine. They're setting the rhythm just as they should be and are making sure no one goes too wild. I have to commend them for that. But both the guitar and the keyboard are playing slightly off. It's not a huge difference, but any difference, no matter how small, can throw off the other band members of the band too. Of the band. I'm repeating myself. But, I'm not too surprised it's Kurusu and Shoko. Like, Kurusu seems to be having a crush on Ichigo, and Shoko just seems to be, you know, nervous that things aren't all aligned, so not too surprised. So look at Kagaho-san. He's definitely noticed. I look through the window once more, seeing the Raven looking between Karusu and Shoko with a frown. How can he concentrate on his playing and manage to keep an eye on them at the same time? Kagaho-san is pretty amazing like that. As if he read my thoughts, Keikun starts talking about the Raven, looking at bassist with what looks to me like envy. He's like the band's guardian or something like that. He keeps a death grip on their rhythm, and he always manages to keep their rowdier members from going too crazy. He's the only reason the band can play in synchrony. In fact, he's probably the only reason this band can even function as a unit in the first place. He tends to act as a mediator for everyone all the time, and he's always keeping an eye on everything that's happening. That guy is probably as close to having superpowers as a person can be. Really? 'Cause we know a bunch of really hardworking people already. You sure he's the closest to having powers out of all the people we know? All the people we know? Like our student council president who has parental issues? Or parental issues and seems to never get his due credit? You know who I'm talking about? Maybe not more than Urata, but then again, Urata doesn't have powers. He has a problem. Cheeky. I wonder how he'd react to hearing you say that. Probably fire a few choice expletives at me. You know, the usual. The fact that you can say that with a smile on your face is a little bit scary, I have to admit. How come I enjoy our antagonistic to and fro? It's one of the funniest parts of my day. I think Shuichi isn't the only one with a problem. Perhaps, but I admit to nothing. Despite the lighthearted conversation, Keisuke's eyes continue to be fixed on the band, which still doesn't have music yet for it. It's crazy. It's like Jeon has the piano, like Jeon's playing the piano, there's music for his piano playing and for his performance and everything, but for Keisuke's band there's nothing yet. I wonder if Basket is saving that for if and when Keisuke actually joins the band and starts playing. Because nothing yet, not even before when he was playing on his own. Weird. He watches them like a hawk, scrutinizing every minor movement and sound they make, constantly on the search for any mistakes. Yep, this session is a bust, alright. Is it really that bad? At this point, it'd be better for them to not play until Ichigo-san gets here. They're just gonna end up developing bad habits and having a hard time performing it right if they keep this up. Then stop them right now! Ooh, ouch, that's harsh. I'm supposed to be their manager. If it means making sure they're doing well, then I have to be harsh. Sounds like a job you would enjoy. I like hearing them play and helping them with their arrangements. I don't like being this ass that tells them they're awful. Well, that's your problem. You shouldn't be using the term awful in the first place. That's why you're an ass. You know what I meant. Don't try to be smart with me. I have no idea what you're talking about. Ow! Keikun flicks me on the forehead, chuckling softly as I rub the spot where he just flicked me. A little stinging sensation, the rubbing on my head. Okay. That's cute, but we both know you're not slick enough to pull off a clueless act. I could do without the flicking, you know. What? It's my way of showing I care. Sure it is. Hang on, they're about to finish up. He leans forward, pressing a button on the panel again. I think that button might be so the microphone in this room transmits to the recording booth. Not really sure. Can you guys take 5? Kagaho-san, I need to speak with you. Barely 5 seconds after they finish their performance, Keisuke begins to speak, snapping everyone's attention towards the window. The Raven sighs, putting his bass back on the stand and speaking a few words towards the other band members that I can't hear since he's speaking away from the microphone. It was terrible, wasn't it? Before he's even had time to close the door, Kagaho-san asks that question. It wasn't the best, no. You and Miyu-san were doing a good job, but the other two... what ruined the stream, guys? What happened? Dust bunny beef? Wait, what? I totally don't get it, but... No, Jaro, don't say that. You guys are just having fun. Do I have to be the monitor of you guys? Whatever. You guys are, just don't bully each other, man. We're here for a positive environment. So, it wasn't the best, no. You and Miyu-san were doing a good job, but the other two... They're too used to following Ichigo's lead. Without her here, they get lost. Yeah. I don't know if it's the absence of Ichigo-san specifically or just the lack of vocals in general, but they certainly weren't concentrating. This is going to be a problem. I don't know how long Ichigo is going to take, and I'd rather not miss precious rehearsal time. He crosses his arms, leaning his back against the door and letting out a big sigh. Kagaho's black feathers are ruffled and messy. I can see a few beads of sweat glistening between them. Is playing an instrument really that much work? Come to think of it, they're all a bit sweaty. And they only played for, what, 4 minutes? What do you think we should do? Get Ichigo-san here. He sighs again, a strange smile flashing over his beak. Sorry, just gotta stretch. I'm tired. Got up at like 10, I was like, I'm gonna start this at 11. So, alright, let me rephrase. What do you think we can do? Have just you and Miyu-san practice? If the other two continue trying, they're gonna end up just making things harder for them when they have to correct their mistakes. Alternatively, we could try to point out their mistakes and hope they can fix it. I'm not very hopeful for that given how they've just played through. Amen to that, Red Scarlet. Let's just, let's just talk about the games and stuff. Let's not talk about, like, age or, like, trying to flex on each other with stuff like that. So... if we try to correct him, he'll just get nervous trying to fix his mistake and end up making more. That's what I thought too. Both of them sigh at the same time. Kagaho-san closes his eyes, letting his head hang back and lean against the wall. Keikun, on the other hand, begins to rub his forehead, taking deep breaths. Is he thinking? That's a very dramatic way to think. Just throwing out a crazy suggestion. But maybe you could fill in for Ichigo as a singer until she gets back? Don't be ridiculous. There is no way I could do that. Isn't there? Ichigo seemed to think you could. She said you were a great singer. That's not... What's the harm in it? You did initially join this club because you wanted to sing and play guitar, didn't you? It's not that simple. Why not? They're a band, not a computer. They're people who are used to working together with certain other people. You can't just swap a part out and have it work normally. Having me there would probably just throw them off even more. And there's also the fact that I can't sing in public. Kagaho walks up to Keisuke, putting a hand on the hare's shoulder and smiling softly. You won't know until you try. Come on, we really need to make a good use of this rehearsal time. Besides, you already sang in public back at that lizard guy's store. Remember? Everyone loved you. The lizard guy. Everybody's lizard people. That's different. I forgot there were people around. Plus, I was pressured by him to do it. Alright, then I'll pressure you to do it in this steed. It doesn't work that way. Come on, it would really help us if you could. Just for today. No one's asking you to take over for Ichigo forever. Just until she gets back. Kagaho-san stares at Keisuke silently, his eyes glued to the hare's face, their eyes not meeting. God damn it, peer pressure. Fine, I'll do it. That's great. Thanks for the help. The raven taps Keikun on the shoulder a few times, smiling. Just don't blame me if I end up making things worse. You'll be fine. Stop worrying so much. I hope Ichigo-san doesn't take much too long. Could you at least try to pretend you're paying attention to me when I'm trying to encourage you? By the way, what should I do while you're over there with them? Just listen to the rehearsal through your headphones and don't touch anything, okay? How cold? You don't trust me? Or how cold? You don't trust me not to break stuff? No. Without even giving me time to react, he plainly utters the word no and walks out of the room. Looking through the window, I see the other band members shooting him quizzical looks and starting to have a conversation. I really hope this all goes well. 45 minutes later. Alright, let's take a break for a bit. And we don't even get to hear him sing with them. Ah, this is so frustrating. Maybe he's saving it for the festival or whatever it is. In that case, I am hyped for the festival. Okay. Despite Keikun's presence as a vocalist, the band was still having problems coordinating. Having him around certainly lessened their issues, but I could tell from the faces Kagaho-san was making that things weren't anywhere near perfect yet. Not only that, I could tell Keikun wasn't singing his best. His voice sounded strained, and at times, I could hear him choking on the notes I know he could easily hit before. The whole thing was starting to leave a sour taste in my mouth by the time Kagaho-san called for a break. At least they're making it so he's not like perfect every time or whatever. Like, that would suck if just like, you know, oh, he's always perfect, yada yada yada. It's just like, that would just kind of be boring, you know. At least he is a man with, you know, imperfections. So he's got something to get better at. So, finally. Keikun walks into the room with a sigh, immediately flopping down on his chair. You okay there? I told him there was no way I could fill her shoes. I just screwed up things even more. You think so? To me, they definitely improved. Even though you were singing kinda weird there. So you noticed too, huh? I was too nervous. Oh, thanks, Red. And thanks, Kamari. Wait, what? Oh my god. I'm like, looking at it, and then I see Jaro's comments. Jaro the class clown. Alright, so Keisuke? Keikun immediately stands up, his whole body going stiff as soon as Kagaho-san walks into the room. Yes? Are you alright? I could tell you were pretty tense over there. You two, I know I was being bad, or I was doing bad, but it wasn't really that terrible. Actually, I wouldn't call you terrible by any stretch of the word. With that said, I did notice you looking pretty tense and uncomfortable, so I figured that might be negatively impacting your performance. Oh crap, it really was. Yeah, it really was. I've seen Keikun sing before and he's much better than that. What, Nico-san? So it's as I thought, huh? The Raven crosses his arms, idly scratching at his chest, and looking past us with a look of wonderment. Kagaho-san? Oh, sorry. Did you say something? His attention snaps back to Keisuke, his brow furrowing. Are you alright? You don't usually get lost in that. No, everyone's alright. I just was... considering some things. May I ask what those things are? You may not. Oh. Sorry. Kagaho chuckles, giving the nervous hare a few friendly pats on the shoulder. Don't worry, it's nothing major. I just prefer to keep my thoughts private. That's all. Still, I enjoy performing with you. Even if it was just a rehearsal. Having your vocals definitely helped the other two concentrate, even if they weren't back to 100% immediately. I'd like to do it again. You said it was a one-time thing, remember? Right. I did say that. Oh, a cruiser. Ichigo-san. I hear someone's voice echoing loudly in my ear from the one earbud I still have on. I immediately flinch and instinctively take it out. Nico-san, are you alright? Yeah, someone just shouted really loudly into the mic, that's all. Keikun notices my sudden movement and walks up to me, examining me with a look of worry on his face. Seeing that Tennis Ace is a not safe for work yaoi game. I love how it's the most safe for work, not safe for work game I've ever played. Well, every game's been safe for work for me so far, or technically, maybe not. There's that one game, After Class, but yeah, Tennis Ace, it's like it promises, oh, we're gonna do this stuff, we're gonna kind of not jump the shark, but we're gonna make that jump eventually, and they haven't done it yet. It's like the closest they've gotten to anything is just a kiss. Like, dude, why you gotta be teasing me like that? But honestly, take your time. So, Keikun notices my sudden movement and walks up to me, examining me with a look of worry on his face. It looks like Ichigo's here. The three of us look out the window and see Ichigo's figure immediately get mobbed by 3 remaining members. Let's go. We should see what was the result of the negotiations. Yeah. Oh, there we are. We are all back. Now what? Somebody, wait until everyone's here. Wait until everyone's here. As soon as we walk into the recording booth, Ichigo's eyes fall on us. Oh yeah, Nekojishi definitely does. Like, they chose to have both versions, but it's like, yeah, they don't make it any secret by any means. Like, especially towards the climax of the story. So this, it's like, it says it's not safe for work. It's like you go through 12 days, 5 character select days, and then like 2 more days, and nothing has happened. Or especially for Shuichi when you're through day 60 and nothing like that has happened yet. So, there you two are. Oh, and we have a guest too. Hi there, Mishimaya-kun. Hi there, Minazuki. Sorry for the intrusion. It's no intrusion. If you're a friend of one of us, you're a friend of all of us. Ichigo-san, how was the meeting with Urata? Keikun ignores all pleasantries and immediately asks the main question he's had on his mind. The Calico Cat smiles knowingly. It went well. He's agreed to speak with the other clubs that had approached him for a spot in the gym building. He says that if he can sort things out with him, then he'll let us use it for our concert. Yes, that's awesome! I immediately cover my ears as the monkey's booming voice echoes inside the room. What did I miss in this chat? Oh god, you guys are going so fast. This chat isn't safe for work anymore. I wonder whose fault that is. Well, whatever. Just as long as you don't get demonetized for what your chat comments. But yeah, I would try and keep this channel as safe for work as possible. So yeah, that's what I was gonna say to that. Oh, where are we? I'm not even the only one to do it. Hey, use your inside voice, you airhead. This is a closed soundproof room. You don't have to yell. Sorry. His spirits immediately deflate as he begins to get chastised by his colleague. The others in the room ignore their little show, focusing on their own conversations. Ichigo-san, I got you the book you asked for in my bag. Oh, thanks. Give it to me once we're done with the rehearsal for the day, okay? Okay. Hey, Kagaho. Sorry I'm late. Did things go well without me around? Not as well as I hoped. But I got Keisuke to do the vocals in our place, or in your place, while you were away, and that made things slightly better. Kagaho-san. Her eyes immediately turn to Keikun, a beaming smile on her face. Really? Oh, thank you so much for the help, Kei-chan. It was nothing. Also, please don't call me Kei-chan. I'll just go get changed real quick and we can get back to rehearsal. Alright, try not to slip and break your neck in the bathroom. Jesus. Talk about dark things, Jaro. Jeez. Who did this? That would be one glorious way to die, wouldn't it? The Raven chuckles, crossing his eyes and looking her up and down with a raised eyebrow and a smile. Jeez, it sure would be. I can already picture the newspaper headlines. Oh my god. You're too old-fashioned, Kagaho. No one buys newspapers anymore. I still do. Hence why I said old-fashioned. Anyway, I'll be right I'll be right back. If you guys will excuse me, I'm gonna go outside for some air. Alright, we'll start again in 5. Make sure you're back by then. Sure thing. Aw, Keikun grabs my arm and leads me out of the room with him in a rush. Hey, what's going on? Nothing. I just needed a little breather. Singing for them was really overwhelming. I can imagine. You still did good, though. I certainly hope so. One way or another, these are the people who actually know about music. They're not just some rank amateurs that have no idea what they're doing. They're all good. Oh, it's that music. It's that kissy music. If it's based on Shuichi's roots, you certainly have a way of being negative about everything. I'm sorry. By the way, what was the conversation between Minazuki and Kagaho? The whole slip and break your neck thing. Oh, that. They always joke around with each other like that. Not always that morbid, though. Sounds weird if you ask me. Like you have room to talk. Look at how you usually joke around with Urata, Saya-san, and I. I don't think I've ever gone that far with my jokes, though. You're only one step short of it, though. Hell no. Ha 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 ha. Now you're the one laughing at my expense. Sorry, I just found it funny. Thanks for the help, though. Help? What if anything did I do to help? You have no idea how nervous during the time I was singing there. Still, talking to you helped me calm down a bit. So thanks for that. I still feel like I'm being thanked for not really doing anything. I'm just calling it how I see it. Anyway, we should probably head back inside. Have the 5 minutes already passed? I make a motion to grab my phone from my pocket, but Keikun puts his hand on top of mine and stops me. No, it's nothing like that. It's just that I have enough time to recompose myself. So I think I should head back inside regardless. You're still free to stay out here if you prefer it, though. Nah, there's no real point to it. I'd rather be inside with you. Plus, if my presence really is calming, then I can do some good while at it. Thanks. Oh, look at this beautiful sunset. We walk back into the club room, immediately being welcomed to the sight of the band, amidst an enthusiastic discussion about what songs they should perform at the festival. Charo's always trying to pull a sneaky on us. Keikun and I spend the rest of the afternoon inside the control room, listening to their rehearsal whilst also chatting amongst ourselves. Once we finally finish for the day, we all head back home, wishing each other a good night. All I know is that I now feel really excited about the festival for some reason. I really want to see them performing in a real stage, and actually hearing what they perform for once. Hey, we made it to day 15! Do you guys want to possibly do any, questions right now? Any, a quick little 10-minute Q&A between the 2 days? Save. So, why not? I did yesterday, I promised to do more today in case anybody missed yesterday, so 5 to 10 minutes of questions. So, hit me with your questions as part of the sub special. Waiting for it to translate through to you guys, because it's let's see here. Yeah, it's a good 10-20 seconds behind normally. Yes, Stilly, it is Q&A time. So, let me think of questions I have for you in the meanwhile, just in case that happens to me again. I think it was Kamari who asked me that. Kamari asked me to ask you guys a question. God damn it, Charo. I prefer to remain anonymous, especially because I'm single. Plus, I've never had experience. So, that's all you're gonna know about that type of stuff for me. This is a safe for work channel, god dang it! It's YouTube! Man, maybe YouTube should have an 18 plus section of its channels. I bet they do have something like that, but I bet it's they limit it. They should have a public one at least, or something where it's at least it's easier to access. Maybe it's just that I don't work hard enough to do it, or I'm not gonna do it, but yeah. So, I just wonder if there will be more characters in Tennis Ace. We got the band. Oh, what about Tanabe? We're probably gonna face Tanabe in the championship or whatever it is. That might be a new character. I really wish with Shuichi's and Jun's route that somehow Keisuke ends up bringing Alex along with him. We need to make that a movement, guys. But other new characters. I mean, we haven't seen Aki in a while. I mean, Nico's parents, or no, just his mom, because, yeah, his dad's dead. Jun's parents we'd see in Jun's route. Shuichi's dad we see. Oh, how about Shuichi's mom? We haven't seen Shuichi's mom yet, so maybe we'll see her eventually. Did I go to college? I am in college right now. So, yeah. How long has your OC been wearing those pants? Probably as long as I've ran this channel. Maybe a bit longer than that. I think the track shorts thing, I kind of always made it a thing for my character for as long as I can remember. Except that original, like, profile pic I made from, like, what was it, like, almost 2 years ago? Like, March of 2017? Like, that one, it has me in, like, my old, like, stripe or pattern type of shirt and, like, khakis or whatever, so. Yeah. I think after that, I've just done track shorts because it was easy at first, and then I kind of was like, this is my little trademark. What are your goals for college? So, it's a math-related major, not going to specify what, but yeah, I really want to pursue something in that, and I don't know, maybe do it something in sports or whatever, psychology. Oh, those sound super popular and hard to get into, but honestly, I'm just content with whatever I land in. I just want to, like, you know, just do what I can and, you know, be good at it and have some safety with it. Hey, Dirk, you gotta wash those pants then. I wash them between episodes. My OC goes to the washing machine and washes them every episode, puts in the soap, puts in that Tide, puts in those Tide Pods. How long is my tail? I would say that, like, the white tip of the tail is what touches the ground and maybe a little bit of the black stripe after it. So, what is that, like 2.5 feet maybe? It's long enough so that where it's, like, dragging on the ground slightly, but, you know, not too much of a big burden. Red pandas have long tails, you know. Alright, so any more questions? I'm gonna do this for like, what, 2 more minutes actually. Once it hits 1 minute and 25 seconds, then we'll be done. So, why a red panda? I just felt like red pandas kind of relate to me the most, where it's like, red pandas can be very, like, you know, can be like kind of clumsy or introverted and shy, I think, per se, and that's kind of my personality type. Like, I can be, yeah, outgoing at times, but just inherently, I'm more of a, you know, shy, closed-off person, but, you know, that's just me. I mean, I experimented with other OCs and Sonas, so, like, I mean, I tried, like, a German Shepherd at one point, my original one was a Grey Wolf, which is my Gmail account. Couldn't change that, so, you know, stuck with that Gmail. So Grey Wolf, German Shepherd, oh, a lion at one point. I was debating between, like, my Dirk OC and then my other lion OC, Ellis. So yeah, I went like Grey Wolf, maybe lion and red panda, then German Shepherd, and then back to red panda when I made this challenge and went, I kind of like this. Like, this feels like it's me. Make sure Coach Gill or Richard doesn't catch you. Yeah, I see you there. So yeah, I'm gonna give you guys 30 more seconds, and then we'll get back to day 15. Felines are cool. Yeah, I do agree with you. Mine is a tiger, because yes. Yeah, tigers are pretty chill. I had a lion a tiger OC, but, you know, never thought that could be a Sona of mine. Didn't think it would match me well. Kamari writing his or her, wait, yeah, Kamari writing their dating profile in our comments right here. I suggest not, but, you know, that's just you. But all the red pandas I know are pretty cool. So yeah. I agree with you on that. There's a Red Panda Gang Twitter account, which I recommend you guys following if you're red pandas. Shout out to them red pandas. Who would I sleep with? Coach Gill or Richard or both? I'd say first I would go with Richard. Like, if I had to choose between the two, I'd say Richard, but I don't know. Coach Gill, I feel like I'd really have to get to know him a lot better to be comfortable with him. Like, dear God, that guy just, oof. At first contact with him, it's like, I'm a bit nervous. Dirk is cute, point blank. Thanks, Red. Oh boy, okay. Sorry, it's like, you know, just want to be safe with pronouns and stuff. Don't end up, like, totally blindly misgendering people. That's a big thing with Twitter and everything else, so, you know, that's kind of part of this fandom too. Like, we're very accepting, so, you know, we don't want to end up just, like, butchering things and being ignorant. So, Owen. Oh, God, Owen. Yeah. It's like people confuse me with Owen sometimes from Repeat, and it's just like, I'm not that raunchy. I'm not really raunchy at all on this channel. Like, what are you talking about? It's like, sure, it's like I have 2 Twitter accounts now, but I mean, I ain't that crazy. I ain't Owen. Yeah, Dylan and I agree, so, oh, we went 2 minutes past my limit that I set, so yeah, we are going to move on with day 15. So that, I forget how long that was. That may have been like 10 minutes, I think. So yeah, you probably have to skip like 10 minutes of this video if you don't want the Q&A part, but we are back. So the area around the station is bustling with activity. Lots of noise and bodies to go around. Many students are heading home after class now, so the majority of this mass of people is composed of them. Oh, so it is still a school day. I saw like a thumbnail for like the update or whatever, or like a preview pic on the itch.io. It showed something else. It showed like a temple. And I was like, what is that about? Were you not at school anymore? For some reason, Keikun asked me during lunch hour to meet him here 30 minutes after class. I have no idea why he called me, but since he seemed to need help, I didn't hesitate to come. Oh, one last question. Would you go out with Linhu or Owen? Oof, tough one. That is a tough one. One I would gravitate to more. The other one would be a very fun experience. I would have to go with Linhu on this one. But Owen is a close second. So I have no idea why he called me, but since he seemed to need my help, I didn't hesitate to come. Nico-san, over here. Oh, and we got Victor back. Man, our French-speaking French native fox. I hear Keikun's voice calling me from behind. Once I turn around, I see the familiar white hair followed closely by a fox. I wonder who it is. Vic-kun, you're here too? I mean, yes. I had to get his voice back again. It's supposed to be kind of French, but kinda, you know, trying to be native. He's actually the reason I called you over today. He is? How so? He wanted my help navigating through the city so he could buy a few things. He wanted to join the tennis club once the festival is over, so we're mainly going to the sporting goods store. Wait a minute, but didn't the prefecturals end and didn't you join the club on like day 11 or whatever? Havikun. But hey, better late than never, I say. Even though his spoken Japanese is pretty good, he still has problems reading the kanji, so he wanted my help to know what's what. And that's pretty nice of you, although I'm not sure why you called me over too. I think we've already established that I'm not very good at doing these sorts of things by myself, so I thought it'd be good to have you around in case things go wrong. Pfft, is that so? Well, I'll be happy to help. Merci. I mean, that's thank you in my language. Still trying to get used to speaking in Japanese? Oh, yes, I sometimes revert back to it out of habit. I'm starting to understand why you asked Keikun to help you with this. Yes, that way I have someone who understands me even if I'm speaking in French. Well, it certainly doesn't hurt to have a competent liaison. What about Alex? Is he going to join us? Please say he's joining us, please. After what happened the last time Keikun went out on his own, I certainly think he should. If I had any say in this, he wouldn't. What about... Don't worry, I definitely still remember what happened last time. I asked Alex to meet us at the store. Having a guy that big walking through this crowd would certainly be way too troublesome. Oh, huh. You actually thought things through. Good to see you chose to, I meant to say err on the side of caution. I thought it was What the hell is wrong with me? You actually thought things through. Good to see you choose to err on the side of caution. What are you talking about? I always think things through, and I always err on the side of caution. Your wallet wouldn't say so. Explain to me how you got robbed then. Go on, I'll wait. If you say so. Who is this Alex guy? Another student? Oh right, you don't know Alex. He's... my personal bodyguard. Wow, you even have a personal bodyguard? I'd been told that you're rich, but I never thought you'd be that kind of stereotypical rich. I thought you hated stereotypes. I do. It's why this information leaves me so conflicted. Alex is a massive wolf who I'm pretty sure could bench press me with one hand. Please do. Wow, really? Damn. Nico-san, please don't make exaggerations like that. He's actually going to take you seriously. Oh, so it was a joke, or so it was just a joke? Shame. Victor and us really get it. We all feel. We know. Well, what's the problem? I mean, he is super tall and strong. Maybe, but I very much doubt he could bench press you one-handed. How about I ask him once we meet up? I'm not even gonna say anything to that. Oh, it's no fun if you just roll over and take it. Jaro? I think that's highly dependent on the context of this situation. Please tell me. Oh crap, why'd I hit the enter button? Please tell me what? Please tell me that wasn't an innuendo just now. Alright, I won't tell you. Are you mocking me? Damn, Vikun has a sharper tongue than I realized. He is a fox after all. What did I say about stereotypes? Alright, fair enough. By the way, shall we get going? The crowd over here is quite loud at this time of day. Yes, I think that's a good idea. I nod, making a gesture with my hand that tells Keikun to take the lead. He flashes me an appreciative smile, leading the way to the store. Here you go, Victor. This is the sporting goods store I personally tend to shop at. Oh please, you only come here because I introduced you to this place. You used to shop online before that. That's irrelevant. Sure it is. I didn't recognize the kanji in the letterboard, so either way, I wouldn't have recognized what kind of store this was regardless. I mean, let's be honest, if you look at the display case on the entrance, you can already see a bunch of sneakers, rackets, and balls. I'm pretty sure you'd be able to tell. Oh, I guess that's true. So you're basically saying that we were useless? Either that or Victor is clueless. Yeah. Anyway, should we go to look for Alex? Look, he's almost 2 meters tall. If he's inside, he's gonna be standing out. Almost 2 meters tall, almost. That's like 6'6", I think, or 6'5". I know people taller than that. I know people that are like above 2 meters tall. You know, volleyball life. But they ain't as strong as our boy Alex. Tallest person that I knew personally was like 6'9". I don't know what that translates into centimeters, but that's like 205-ish. That's a guesstimate. And then I forget, like, I've seen or played against somebody that was like 6'10" or 6'11", something like that. It was crazy. But yeah, there are some very, very, very few volleyball players that are like, that hit 7 feet, and it's like, holy crud, like, holy crap, how? Like, how do you life? Alright, so he's almost 2 meters tall. If he's inside, he's gonna be standing out. Or he's gonna be standing right behind you. There he is! Whoa! The three of us jump in surprise at the sound of the wolf's deep voice echoing right behind our ears. Jesus, Alex, don't do that! You almost gave me a heart attack! If a guy my size could sneak behind you, then I'm really not surprised you were pickpocketed. Thanks for your vote of confidence. Damn, you really are big. Alex's attention snaps to Vic-kun, his eyes looking at Fox up and down with suspicion. Yes, I seem to be getting that a lot lately. Victor instinctively takes a step back, suddenly looking very unsure of himself. Alex, please stop glaring at him like that. I have to make sure he doesn't represent a risk to you. For God's sake, Alex, he's my senior in school. What kind of risk do you think he can represent? I can't know until I've properly examined him. Examined? The fox takes another step back. Examine me, please. This kind of crap is why I avoid taking you with me when I go out. And yet, look how well that turned out. You got robbed. You're never going to let me live that down, are you? Not likely. If you two don't mind, I'm gonna show Vic-kun around the store while you guys bicker. Wait, what? Wait, don't leave me alone with him. I lead Victor away, mostly to give him a break from Alex's intensity. Keikun quickly follows behind, and the ever-loyal Alexander accompanies him. What kind of gear are you looking for here? Well, I've never really played tennis before, so I need a good racket. Maybe a duffel bag to carry my things in too. Do you have any sneakers, taping, clothing for you to practice in? I do have sneakers, though they're more like running shoes. And I should probably buy a few polos, shouldn't I? You don't necessarily have to use polos to play. I mean, any sports shirt works. The fox studies the shelves carefully, gently touching the items to get a feel for their weight and textures. It definitely doesn't seem like this is his first time doing this kind of thing. You seem to know what you're doing. Well, yeah, I told you I used to play badminton in France. I'm the one who chose all the gear I used back then. That makes things easier. What led you to come to Japan of all places? As if he only just remembered Alex is present in the room, Victor yelps and jumps where he stands, surprised by the larger male's voice. Damn, you really terrified him. Me? What did I do? How come you can be that clueless? Alex frowns, looking down at Keikun with confusion. It's fine. I was just a bit surprised. That's all. The fox takes a few deep breaths to calm himself. Suddenly, looking up and into Alex's eyes, he attempts to answer confidently. I wanted to broaden my horizons, immerse myself in a different culture, and I've always been curious about Japan, so... Alexander nods to his words as if he were silently approving of his reasons. Alex approves. What about you? I mean, you don't look Japanese, and your name definitely isn't Japanese. So he isn't from here. I got a job here. He responds dryly, leaving a lot to be desired in his answer. Alex has been working for my family for years. I don't quite know how he ended up in our employ, but he's been my personal butler and bodyguard for a long time. The wolf nods in agreement. Damn, you guys have known each other for years then? I watched Keisuke grow, yes. He's probably the closest thing I have to a childhood friend. How long have you exactly known Alex for? You never really specified. All you've ever said is that it's been years. I've been working for the Urushihara Corporation for 9 years. I began my employ right after I turned 18. So he is 27. Taking note of that. What, really? Wait, then you're only 27? Great, now Nico even knows it. Yes, why? No way, you're so large and bulky and mature looking. You look more like you're in your late 30s. I love how Victor is like fawning over him too. Amen, Victor. I haven't looked at this chat in a while, so who knows? Alex is a good choice. Yeah, Vic is nice, but nowhere it's nice, but still nice. Yeah, I get you. We've been with Alex and Keisuke for a lot longer, so I can see why you guys haven't attached it as much to Victor yet. Victor actually is more seen on Jun's routes. Like, Shuichi, you don't really see him at all. Keisuke, you see him, like, here, I guess. That was the only time. But Jun's route, you see him, like, 3 or 4 times in the character select days, and I don't know if you see him more after that, I forget. Actually, I don't think so. No, you don't see him on 13 or 14, at least yet. So, you see Victor a lot during the character select of Jun's. I'm assuming Keisuke and him will get along well and see each other more often. So maybe this will be our, like, trio of people, or 4-man group of people. Heck, let's bring everybody along. Let's bring on Shuichi, Jun, Saya. That'd be hella fun, just having a group of 7 people chilling with. Seriously, this is an awesome group of pals. So anyway, you look like you're in your late 30s. The wolf frowns. No, I'm only 27. I'd appreciate it if you didn't treat me like some old geezer. Sorry, I'm like voice cracking with my deep voice. That sounds really weird. No, I'm only 27. I'd appreciate it if you didn't treat me like some old geezer. It displeases me. Understood. Stop laughing at us. Sorry. It's just, I can't believe you guys thought Alex was that old. Give me a break, okay? I mean, just look at him. He looks way too mature to be in his late 20s. Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but he's telling the truth. He's not that much older than us. He's still 10 years older than you, though. Maybe, but I grew up with Alex. There's no one I trust more in the world. Yeah, I feel you with that. It's like, you know, you may have like relatives and like friends like that, yeah, based on your scenario, it's like you shouldn't really have been peers or friends with each other because of like the age gap. Like, one of my closest relatives is like 6 years or something like that older than me, but she's basically the same age as Alex, like, you know, like 27 or something like that. Yeah, about. I might try to do the math for it, but yeah, it's like we have that, like, you know, big gap in age between us, but we still, you know, get along. Like, that's the thing. It's like sometimes friendships really do transcend generational gaps and bounds or whatever, or at least, you know, age bounds like that. So, you know, I'll do with time. So maybe I grew up with Alex. There's no one I trust more in the world. Upon hearing those words, a small smile makes its way onto Alex's face. Aww, his tail beginning to sway sideways ever so slightly. But then again, I think I'm the only one who noticed it. I appreciate it. You're welcome. So Victor, do you have your eye on anything in particular? Well, I know nothing about tennis rackets, so I'm gonna need help with that. Also, I think I'm gonna buy new shoes too. Keiko could help you with the rackets. He's far more knowledgeable of those than I am. On the other hand, I can go around getting you my recommendation for shoes while you guys check out the rackets. Oh really? That's super nice of you. Thanks. No problem. What's your shoe size? 20? Nah, okay, that'd be way too big. Why did I say that? In Europe, I'd be a 41. I forget what mine is. Mine's like close to that, I think, in European shoes. Let me check my shoes for a second. So I don't know if you guys have different sizes here in Japan. No, it's great. I'm curious. I'm just gonna look up my European equivalent of a shoe size. Put this down. Loading. Wait. You said you were 41. Oh, what did I just hit? Ah! But no worries, I'll look it up on my phone. Yeah. But he's a 41. That is an equivalent to... It's smaller than a 9. Wow, he's got small feet. Dang. Like, holy crap. A 44 in US, or a 44 in Europe is a US size 10. Ah. 41. Wait. What? Oh, no. That's right. 41 is a size 10. I was like, if that's smaller than a 9, I'd be very, very concerned. Or that's women's. No, never mind. Wow, he actually does have small feet. Men's shoe sizing guide. 41. He is a size 8. Wow, size 8. Those are some small feet. Is Vic-kun really that short? For reference, I am a 44.5 in European shoe sizes. Or more like a 44. I'm between those two. I'm between like a 10.5 and an 11. But yeah, wow. That is weird. Jaro and I have the same shoe size. Or it's like, I do size 11 for sports shoes. Or at least for Nikes because they run small for me. And then everything else I do 10.5. So I walk away from them to browse the shoes on display and check out which ones I'd recommend for Vic-kun. I immediately notice Alex following me around the store. Spinning around with my heels, I turn to look him in the eye. You do know K-kun is over there, right? He nods. I'm aware. Sorry, I did it again. My voice cracked. No! I'm aware. However, he already has someone with him, meaning that he's safe. You, on the other hand, would be walking around alone. This is a sporting goods store 2 blocks away from the station. I think I'm safe in here. Still, it doesn't hurt to keep my eye on you. Why though? I'm not your boss. True, but you're somewhat important to him, meaning that your safety is also important to me. Oh my god, voice cracking so much. Why is this voice so hard to do? It's like, you do it, it's like very, 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 very deep like this, but you try and do it, and then it's like your voice cracks at the same time with it because it's so hard to keep solid. Alex, I want to do you justice, my dude. Such a big, strong man. But yeah, trying to get that voice down is really hard. I will do you justice, Alex. For the sake of you guys, all 19 of you watching. I think you're taking your job way too serious here. The wolf shrugs, continuing to follow me around. You sure it's okay to be walking with me? What if something happens to Keisuke? Like I said, he already has someone with him. He'll be fine. Besides, if something happens, I can still keep my eye on him from here. It's not that big of a store. Does this mean you trust Vic-kun won't do anything to him? Not yet, but I choose to give him the benefit of the doubt. Well, aren't you altruistic? He shrugs, shrugging once again, or he smiles, shrugging once again. I continue to walk around, checking all the shoes that catch my eye and making sure that to read their specifications. So you and K-kun have known each other for 9 years? Huh? Yes. How did you end up working for his family so early? I mean, you were just 18 and you weren't even Japanese. I was recommended to the position by my formal teacher. He had ties to the Urusha Heart Corporation and showed me how competent I was. Or showed them how competent I was. Oh, that sounds easier than I thought it'd be. Alex shakes his head sideways, looking down at me with a mournful smile. Make no mistake, it was still incredibly difficult. They were very keen on testing me to make sure I was good enough for the job. I was to be the personal bodyguard of the company's only heir after all. I hadn't thought of that. Still, things worked out well in the end. Keisuke and I bonded over time, and they chose to keep me in the position because of it. No offense, but his family isn't exactly nice. I'm surprised they'd choose to hire someone who treated him well. I thought they'd just want someone who'd make him miserable. He chuckles, shaking his head in negative once again. Chuckles, man, I can't imagine this guy chuckling. They can be difficult at times, but making the sole heir of the company miserable would be in no one's best interest. I guess. I certainly faced my fair share of discrimination when I first started at my job. But most of the servants working at the estate are much older than I am. They were mistrustful of me when I first started. I've only ever interacted with you and one other butler when I visited, so I don't really know what they'd be like. The other butler in question is Kurta. He was one of the few people to treat me cordially when I began working here. Has he been with the family for a long time? Much longer than I have. He's worked for the company since Keisuke's father first became CEO some 20 years ago. Wow, that long, huh? Alex nods solemnly. Why the sudden interest in it? Are you planning on becoming a butler once you graduate? Hardly. I've already had my career decided a long time ago. Lucky for you, you get to be a professional at your sport, unlike some people here doing this video. Yes, Keisuke tells me you're quite talented. He believes you'll become a world-renowned athlete in the near future. What? Really? Oh yes. He's been trying to convince his father to offer you a sponsorship before you make your debut. He says he wants to help once you do. I had no idea. He's a very secretive person, so it doesn't really surprise me. He's the type to keep his feelings for people hidden deep inside. He really cares about you and your entire group, regardless of how he might act. I see. Wait, why are you telling me this? Wouldn't it piss him off if he found out? The wolf smiles, shrugging with a cheeky expression on his face. I'm not used to seeing him make this kind of expression. Probably, but he's a very awkward person. The last thing I want is for his reservedness and misconstrued for callousness. Or to be misconstrued for callousness. I know how devastated he'd be if he lost any of you as his friends. Does he really care about us that much? Yes, he talks about you and your friends all the time. You're the most talked about too. Me? Why me? He shrugs. Hell if I know. Still, he seems to be quite fond of you. Much more than I initially imagined to. He's still gonna kill you if he finds out you're telling me this stuff. I'll run the risk. I just want to make sure you know how much you mean to him. Knowing him, it wouldn't surprise me if he gave people the wrong idea and ended up losing his friends for it. I think you have too little faith in him. Keikun's not that awkward of a person. Besides, he fits right into our group. Perhaps now he does. But up until April, I always heard about how he felt out of place and excluded. I don't want to hear him saying things like that anymore, nor do I want to see him hurt. Oh my god, now I'm starting to realize it. Alex is like his dad, kind of. It's like he's kind of like that guardian parental figure for him, but also like a friend. He's more like a legal guardian equivalent to Keisuke than anything. That's so interesting, because then it's like his dad's just so distant from him. God, what a sad complex, but at least Alex is in his life. Unlike Shuichi, who doesn't really have any good role models for him. His dad makes him work till he pretty much dies, honestly, like, you know. Honestly, the person with the best parental, like, relationship is Jun with his parents. Like, if you go through his route, his parents are, you know, like, poor, but they're still, you know, very nice people when you're like talking with them and whatnot. Even though his dad is a bit obsessive about somebody, I'll let you guys figure that out when you play it or see it. So, I do not want to see him hurt. God, you almost sound like his older brother. Oh yeah, he is more like an older brother, kinda. That's a better analogy. He's more like a brother to him. Older brother, huh? He pauses, looking suddenly lost in thought. After a few seconds of consideration, he nods, smiling. I suppose in a way I do think of him as a little brother that I must protect. Just be careful that this protection of yours doesn't result on you choking any of his friends, okay? Or throwing Saya out the window, which we all kind of want to see. Alex shifts where he stands, looking uncomfortable. Yes. That. I never did properly apologize for my actions that day, did I? It's fine, I don't hold a grudge. You did scare the crap out of me, though. Does that mean he has to ask for Alexander's consent, too? I think, yeah, part of it, but I'm assuming that he has to kind of ask for, like, family consent, too, at some things? Some things, I think. I feel like mostly it's Alex he has to get by, but I feel like his grandmother will be very anal about things, too. That's what I'm guessing. But I can't assume, because Keisuke would be pissed if I assumed. So you did scare the crap out of me, though. He chuckles. Good to hear. Perhaps me being scary will be sufficient deterrent to anyone who might wish to do him harm. We can only hope. I finished grabbing a few more pairs of shoes, enjoying a pleasant conversation with Alex along the way. I don't really understand why he suddenly felt the need to accompany me, but I have to admit, he is nice company. Oh, and there we are. Everybody's back. I'm back. How's the racket shopping going? We've managed to narrow it down to 2. Keisuke is trying to decide between them. On the other hand, this one is lighter and more flexible. Keisuke seems to be completely ignoring us, muttering words to himself. He's probably comparing the rackets in his head and trying to decide. You want to try the shoes on that I found in the meantime? This might take a while. Oh sure, thanks. I hand them around 6 different pairs of shoes. Geez, 6, that's a lot, man. That I brought along with me. Should limit down to like 3 or 4, maybe. Dirk needs water for Alex. Let me take a sip of water, cause it's been 2 hours since I had my last sip of water. Alright. I need to probably practice some good like swishing methods or whatever to like make sure my throat completely gets like wetted and cleared. But whatever. So, let's see. Thankfully, Alex helped me carry them around, so it wasn't much trouble. These ones are very comfortable. Victor tries on the first pair, getting up and walking in circles with them. Thirst is real, boys. They're supposed to help give you an impulse when you run. It's a very breathable material too, so you don't have to worry about your feet getting too sweaty. That's definitely a good thing. Oh, Nico-san, when did you get back? Not too long ago. You seem to be engrossed in your thoughts, so we didn't want to distract you. Hold on, I think I might just get a photo of this in case no other good shots come up. This is a solid photo, hanging out with our 3 lovely friends. Alex is now my friend. So, you seem to be engrossed in your thoughts, so we didn't want to distract you. Sorry about that. How did the shoe shopping go? I gotta try on the second pair now. I really like this first one. You didn't pick anything overly pricey, did you? I tried to be conscious of the price when making my choices. Nothing too egregious. That's good. Wouldn't want you to make the same mistake I did. You mean at the ice cream store? Man, those prices almost gave me a heart attack. Exactly. By the way, Alex, you were walking around the store with Nico-san? Yes. I hope it wasn't a problem. I wanted to make sure he was safe, and you already had a company with you. Of course it's no problem. Thanks for looking out for him. Not that it was needed. Did you make a decision on the racket? Yes, I think this one will be ideal for you. Excuse me, burping off camera. Off the mic. So Keikun hands him a purple racket with black stripes and white finishing around the handle. Ooh, this looks pretty badass. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but sounds pretty badass. Victor grabs it, waving it around with curiosity. Wow, it's lighter than I expected. It's a good all-rounder racket. You can buy a new one if you decide to specialize in a specific type of shot or something of the sorts. But for a beginner, I would recommend this. Alright, then this is the one I'm getting. Thanks. He looks the racket up and down, examining it with a big smile on his face. Vic-kun looks really pleased with it, as he completely forgets to try on the rest of the shoes while waving the racket around. I call over an attendant, taking the racket from Victor's hand and handing it to the man. Hey! Can you hold on to this for when we check out? Certainly. I'll put it behind the register. Thank you. I wave as the worker walks away with the racket in his hands, feeling very pleased with myself. Oh my god, guys, why you guys gotta be saying that stuff in the chat? Why did you do that? Vic-kun pouts. Because you were distracted playing around with it and forgot to do the rest of your shopping. Plus, this way you don't have to carry it around while you choose what you're going to buy. You could have just asked me to put it down, you know. I believe this way was more efficient regardless. Tss, party pooper. Yep, that's me. I'm Mr. Anti-Fun. Now get back to trying on those shoes. Victor grumbles unhappily, sitting back down on the bench and proceeding to try on the next pair. We also have to look at some shirts after he's picked a shoe. Just make sure not to go too overboard. If he buys a bunch of stuff, then the bill is gonna come out pretty scary. Yeah, I can already imagine that. Once we finish shopping for Victor's equipment, we walk back to the station area. The excess movement has already begun to die down, making it so that the area isn't as crowded anymore. Man, I ended up buying a lot of stuff, huh? He's carrying 5 bags with him, constantly shifting them around in his hands in an attempt to get comfortable. Why do they use bags with thin nylon handles? It feels like it's slicing my head because of the weight. Here, let me. I love that little movement. Alex walks up to the fox, taking the bags with his hands and carrying it in his own. Oh, thanks. You're welcome. So, Victor, is there anything else you'd like to see today? Maybe a bathhouse? Oh god, you perv. Not even if you paid me would I go to see one. Oh? Sorry, Nico-san isn't a big fan of nudity. Huh? I wasn't expecting that. Any other ideas? Preferably ones that don't involve nudity. Let me just save in case it's a decision. So overwrite our saves. Well, there are a lot of touristic spots and historic monuments in Japan, right? Maybe we could go to one of those. I did come to the country primarily to learn the culture. A touristic spot? I know of one place where we can go. Really? I never took you for the touristy type. Alex shrugs. Knowing about the layout of the city helps me do my job. Okay, I'm all ears. What's your idea? I'll take us there. Just follow me. A big, scary man asks you to follow him to someplace unknown. This sounds like the setup for some horror movie. Would you rather I leave you here by yourself? No, I'll go. There it is, that image I was telling you about. It took us nearly an hour to finally reach the place Alex was trying to lead us to, that temple. Might as well make this candidate number 2. Or, let's see if Keisuke smiles too. If Keisuke smiles, then that's gonna be the thumbnail. We end up in a local shrine after crossing a bridge that goes over a little stream. Multicolored leaves are fallen on the concrete steps at the entrance. Unlike the station, which was at the center of one of the town's busiest areas, this place is nearly deserted. Here we are. Alex motions with his hand, pointing at the large wooden gates and the different altars behind us, or around us, sorry. Wow, a bona fide Shinto shrine. Or Shinto? Oh, a bona fide Shinto shrine. I've always wanted to visit one. Really? There we go, he's smiling. Gonna take a photo after this line. Really? I thought you weren't too big on religion. Me neither, but I got family who is, hence going to church every week. I think it was like Kamari or somebody that also mentioned that they just came back from like church, so holla to that. There we go. Look at our happy group of friends. I'm not, but this is a piece of history right here. Alex, how did you even know about this place? It's at one of the edges of the town. Not many people even come here in the first place. It's a touristic attraction. You want to go someplace touristy, didn't you? This felt appropriate. This is appropriate. Thank you, Alex. The wolf nods in response. Wow, the architecture here is magnificent. It certainly is a looker. I'm surprised by how well preserved it is. It is a historic monument. Not to mention the shrine still has priests looking after it to this day. It's in no danger of going downhill anytime soon. That's good to know. People should care more about their history. Victor nods enthusiastically, pulling his phone out of his pocket. Voice crack there. Pulling his phone out of his pocket. A mechanical camera sound echoes from it as the fox takes a shot of the scenery. Wow, that's an old school camera sound. I thought it was pretty charming, so I configured my camera to make that sound whenever I snap a picture. Huh? That's kind of amusing. In Japan, our phones make camera sounds that cannot be turned off no matter what. You, on the other hand, chose to have a noisy phone camera. You can't? Why not? It's to stop people from taking pictures of others without permission. The camera sound would let everyone know that a photo was snatched, and that keeps people from being sneaky with them. I'm pretty sure it's mostly to stop perverts from taking upskirt photos of women. And yet, some people are still stupid enough to think that a phone that makes no sound is taking a photo of them. People will believe whatever they want to believe. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Not that it stops people from hacking their phones to turn them off. So long as it's not readily available, most people won't have the technical know-how to do it. Or the patience. That is true. Victor continues taking pictures of the place, capturing everything from the main gate to the altars to the nearby trees. Hello, Terrence. If you want, you can buy a fortune here. I don't really believe that kind of stuff. I think most people don't believe it. They buy it to help support the temple. It takes money to keep a place like this functioning, you know? Oh, in that case, then I guess I'm going to buy one. We walk up to a nearby priest in front of the box of fortunes. Good evening. What brings you all here? The man, a tanuki, smiles warmly at us, making a small reverence to welcome us. Is it bad to say that I don't know what tanuki is? As I'm Googling tanuki. Slowly loading. Why, Google? Why you gotta be this slow? Oh, there we go. Japanese raccoon dog. Oh, that's interesting. So it is the raccoon dog. Because people were trying to make a difference between, like, you know, a tanuki, a raccoon, and a red panda. Because it's, like, similar kind of, like, stripes down the eyes. But, yeah, that'd be hard to tell the difference from, like, a first glance. Images. Pardon me as I look up what a tanuki is. Oh, they got such a pudgy little face. Oh, how adorable. Just Google tanuki if you don't know what it is. Like, I'm not sure about bringing up a photo for reference. Dilly, he ain't gonna be like that. So that's cool. I could totally see that being a priest. So I'm probably gonna do a different voice then, so we're showing our foreign classmate around. Ah, and you decided to bring him to our shrine. I am most grateful for that. How does this fortune stuff work again? You make a payment of 5 yen and take a random fortune from the box. 5 yen? Wow, that's cheap. That's like 5 cents in American dollars. He opens his wallet, fishing out a coin from inside and handing it to the priest. Thank you very much. Victor puts his hand in the box, shuffling it around for a few seconds before pulling out a folded piece of paper. What does it say? Let me see. Oh, I got a great blessing. Wow, those are supposed to be really rare. I've never met anyone who's drawn one. What does it say the blessing is for? Let me see. Great blessing with... Wait, childbirth? This can't be right. Alrighty then. Wait, don't laugh at me. You'll make a wonderful mother. Not you two. Even the priest is trying to keep himself from laughing. He's covering his mouth with his hand and looking away from us. This is bullcrap. Now, you shouldn't swear in a temple. But he's right. The shrine is a place of adoration. You should be respectful of it. Yeah. After this one, I kind of want to draw a fortune too. See what comes out. Hoping it's a one for a boyfriend. I suppose I am also interested. What about you, Nico-san? Will you draw one too? Guys, I think we should accept, but let me double check with y'all. We gonna accept this, or are we gonna refuse this? Here we go. The votes come in. Accept. So 1 vote for accept. Ooh. That is a vote, I guess. 2 for accept. 3 for accept. Nice. So far, everybody wants to accept. That hood is back. I'm gonna keep practicing that so I keep getting it right. I swear, I want to get it right. So, Jaro accepts, and Keibu accepts. I was like, that was the one I mispronounced before. Keibu accept, Akira accepted, Alexaman accepted. So everybody's accepted so far, so no rejections yet. Gonna move my mouse around so it doesn't disappear. Alright, so we are going to accept. Pepsi says accept, and Jaro, I think I may have said you already. Accepted like a friend request. Terrence accepts. So everybody here wants to accept. So we are going to accept this offer. Sure, we should all draw one. Hopefully our fortunes don't end up making us pregnant. Let me just save to... yeah, let's save, just to be safe. We are at the temple. Yeah, so let's just all draw one. Why not? Hopefully our fortunes don't end up making us pregnant. Hey! The 3 of us hand the priest a 5 yen coin each and grab a piece of paper from inside the box. Alex, why don't you go first? Alright. He neatly unfolds the piece of paper that is almost too small for his hands. Oh my god, that's adorable. I drew a curse for my wishes and future business. Oh, rip. Ooh, ouch. That's gotta suck. The wolf shrugs, folding the paper back up and putting it in his pocket. You just have to do the best with what you have. My fortune is my own to make. Amen to that. Internal sense of control, not external. Isn't that a mature outlook to have? Alright, me next. Sure, knock yourself out. Move out of the way, bunny boy. Dirk wants the big wolf daddy. I check out what is written in my paper. Even though I don't consider myself a religious person, I can't help but feel a little superstitious when it comes to these. Hey, cool. I drew a great blessing for my love life and my business. Got him. Wow, 2 great blessings in one day. Maybe these aren't as rare as we thought. Plus, it's good that he drew one that actually makes sense for him. I somehow feel jealous. And I don't even believe in these in the first place. It's the rarity effect. What about yours, Keisuke? Let's see. Kagan looks at what is written in his paper. Oh wow, I drew the same one as Nico-san. It was meant to be. I knew this wasn't gonna happen. Oh, this is so awesome. What, really? Yeah, look. Great blessing for your future love life and future business. That's what it says. Huh. So I'm the only unlucky one. Sorry, Alex. Oh, the unlucky? Hello, do you even look at my fortune? Don't worry. I'm sure your children will be smart and beautiful. Quit mocking me! The wolf smiles deviously. I guess he has a sense of humor. You kids can also make a prayer at the altar if you'd like. I think I've had it with religious stuff for the day. Don't be like that. If you pray hard enough, then maybe the man of your dreams will show up sooner. Shut up, shut up, shut up! Victor's face is starting to go red. Whether that's from embarrassment or anger, I don't really know. Careful, Alex. You keep that up and his head might explode. How about we go around the temple so you can take a few more pictures of the scenery? The nearby stream is quite pretty too. Yes, please. We wave goodbye to the priest and walk back out the temple, going through the entrance arc once again. This place would have been much prettier. This place would be much prettier during the cherry blossom season. No, I still can't stand those. Too bad. We're not here for you, are we? Fair enough. Oh hey, there are fish in the stream. I wouldn't be surprised. Everything here is really well kept. That water is crystal clear, see? It's all very clean. I didn't think you could get so much nature this close to the major city. It really depends on where you visit. Some organizations are more gung-ho about nature preservation than others. The estate is also surrounded by nature. That's true. You can't see any other buildings around us. It's a bit lonely, actually. I agree. It's why I have an apartment in the city. I don't know. I think I'd prefer a quieter place. I love the countryside. I wouldn't really call the estate countryside, but I guess it is far enough removed from the hustle and bustle of the city. Yes, I have a hard time relaxing there. Oh hey, I just remembered. Is there a koi fish pond around here or something of the sorts? There might be. Why? Can we go there? I want to see it. I want to take a picture of the fish. Sure, whatever floats your boat. We have fun exploring the temple and its surroundings for a few more hours, leisurely enjoying the company as we go along. Alex's decision to come here certainly paid off, as Victor seemed to be entertained the whole time. And it's late at night. Oh, no romantic kissy scenes at the temple. Bummer. By the time we reach the station again, the sun has already fully set. The bustle of the night has already begun to increase as more people begin showing up in the area. Thanks again for the help. I really appreciate it. It's no problem. Jeez, voice crack again. It's no problem. We had fun. Right, guys? Yeah, for sure. It was an entertaining day. Alex hands the fox the bags he'd been carrying the whole time. Victor beams at him. Thank you. Sorry for making you carry these for me. You did no such thing. I carried them out of my own free will. Or I've carried them out of my own free will. Anyway, I should get going to my apartment. See you guys again tomorrow. Alright, have a safe trip home. Be careful. I will. Bye-bye. The fox continues waving at us until he disappears into the crowd and vanishes from our sight. I should probably get going too. My family is going to worry if I arrive too late at home. It would be for the best, yeah. Keisuke, do you want me to call for the car? Yeah, sure. I will be right back. I have to go someplace with less noise to make the call. Don't go anywhere. Wouldn't dream of it. Harry Potter shitty flute place. My goodness, sword fighting if they want to the bathhouse. You guys. We are suddenly left alone amidst the crowd. Even Alex, with all his height, soon disappears into the masses. How about we go someplace more quiet too? What about Alex? He'll be fine. He's a big boy. He can take care of himself. You really are sneaky when you want to be, huh? Keikun grabs me by the arm, leading me away from the giant group of people. We don't walk very far, just soon enough to get us out of the huge crowd in front of the station. This should be enough. My ears were already starting to ring with all the voices. It's certainly an assault on the senses at times. We are thirsty, Dirk, okay? Water doesn't cut it. Not all the water in the world can help. Thank you for your help today, by the way. Not that you needed it. You did just fine at showing him around without me. Maybe, but having you around to fall back on definitely helped me stay calm. I'm pretty sure I'd gotten lost if you and Alex weren't around, so I really appreciate it. Maybe you should be thanking him for it too. I will, but Alex also had no choice in the matter. He has to accompany me. You could have a very well said no and enjoy your day by yourself. Pfft, as if I am the kind of person to do that. I suppose that's true. By the way, has there been any news on whether your band will get the gym or not? No, and Urata is being tight-lipped about it too. I tried asking him where we stand and he refused to answer. Well, he is a stickler for the rules, so it's no surprise. Having a little flexibility every now and again wouldn't hurt. Look who's talking. Yeah, I suppose that's suspicious coming from me. Well, if you'll excuse me, I should be going. Alright, I should probably get back before Alex comes back and throws a fit. Try not to make things too difficult for him, will you? I make no promises. Let me just save just in case it ends here. Double check, save, perfecto. Good night. Good night. See you tomorrow. Oh. I'm just gonna keep saving multiple times. Because usually you get to the night sky like this and that's the end of the update typically. I begin my walk home with Keikun seeing me off. I can't stop looking at the night sky on the way. For some reason, it really calls my attention today. In this area of the city, it's hard to see the stars at night. Even so, today they really seem to be shining a lot. I feel oddly relaxed on my way home. This is my guess. This is where it's gonna end. Just in case. Oh, dang it. Guess I had a lot more fun today than I expected. One more guess. If I miss it here, whatever. I wonder about the stuff Alex said to me at the store. So I mean that lot to Keikun, huh? For some reason, the thought of that makes me really happy. No, I missed it. Dang it. And that is it. So, hey guys, thank you for your support this month too. I really hope you all enjoyed this update. It's still going to take a while, but I'm starting to get settled in my new apartment. Living alone in a new city was definitely very daunting at first, but I'm really enjoying myself. I'm just glad I was able to get this update out in time despite how busy I've been since the move. Please don't forget to tune in again next month. Will do, man. Will do. Alright, we have hit the actual end of the update. So that is 15 days. And that means we're pretty much up to date with every single character. Or not every single character, but every single character we played on this channel. So we haven't played Jun, which I kind of left up to Decker, I think, is doing it, so I'm leaving it to him. He's also doing Keisuke too. No, he pretty much did everybody. So, I feel like he does Jun more justice. Like, he likes him more. I could totally give him up to him. But, yeah, Shuichi is up to date. Keisuke is up to date. I think Shuichi will be updated next. So, next time that comes out, we'll be playing Shuichi's part of the route. Or Shuichi's route. So, this was a lot of fun, guys, on 200 sub special. Thanks again, guys, so much for this. I really don't know much of what else to say. Like, I kind of said the same stuff. Like, you know, you guys have really made this happen for me. You guys really mean a lot to, you know, me with this channel, and how I probably wouldn't really keep up much, you know, at all with, you know, if nobody was interested. I mean, even with smaller numbers, if there's like just 18 people like subscribing or watching, who cares? Honestly, I'm just glad people care. And I'm just glad you guys like doing this with me. I'm glad you guys get to share the experience with me. That's the big thing about these novels. You get to share the experience with me. And I appreciate that. You guys are on the ride with me. Oh, you guys are calling me daddy and Ospondo. Jesus. Oh, God. You guys are the best. Oh. Let me see if my description... Yep. So I changed my Twitter handle in the links to link to my Safe for Work account. You can follow my other account if you want. It's just that, you know, I can post anything on that one. More Daddy Dirk related stuff. And I have that linked in my Safe for Work profile description. So you click on my Safe for Work profile, it will lead you to that, and it will have a link to that profile too. So they each have a link to each other, but I made sure my not safe for work, or I made sure my safe for work doesn't follow my not safe for work. So yeah, that is all I have for this. I think that's all I have for this. I don't know what else to do now other than just, you know, thank you guys for this, and yeah. It would be glorious if Dirk did. Yeah. I mean, but those are numbers. Like, whatever I do now, it's like, I have my own life that I'll have to get back to after this winter break, and honestly, I won't be thinking too much about the numbers. I'll just be doing my videos when I can and uploading them when I can. One thing, guys, I'm gonna be really excited to see, it's not on my channel, but I really can't wait to see Decker Link's All the Above with Basket Case. Like, that will be really fun to kind of go in depth and see what's going on with his like process of the game and how he's gonna be taking things, because this game has been handled really well, I think, so far. And the one thing I'm kind of concerned about is how it's going to take the romantic stuff, like how it's further gonna go in that direction. Shuichi's has been doing good so far. It's starting off slow. Nico's very nervous about it. But who knows? I mean, from here, it's like, I don't know. I can just totally see things starting to pick up really fast, possibly. Like, honestly, it's weird. Like, you look at Basket Case's like Twitter profile and you go, this guy would seem like the guy who would have like the sex thing on like day 6 or something fast or whatever, and doesn't. Like, he has so much restraint. Like, it's amazing. But yeah, I'm excited for that. Who knows? Maybe he's live streaming it right now too, and I'm taking you guys away from that. So we are at 2 hours and 38-ish minutes. So when do I know, or do I know when the next update is? It's usually monthly. Usually comes out around like the 16th of the month, or 2 weeks after the Patreon release. Let me Google it for you, because I can tell you based on like how many days ago the last one was released that it'll probably be about a month's time. Here we go. Loading. Live stream always makes the internet slower. Let me scroll down. Public release. 42 days ago, 16 days ago. So 16 days ago, he released the public release for version 0.21, which I only do the public versions. I don't pay for Patreon, or I don't pay, so I don't get the Patreon. So yeah, probably we got half a month to go. Probably in like 2 weeks, we're probably gonna get whoever's update. Keisuke just got updated, so it goes like something like Jun Shuichi Keisuke, I think that's what it was. Let me check 0.20, because 20 may have been the one that Shuichi's days got updated. Yep. So we're not going to see Shuichi maybe for like another month? I don't know. I'm kind of scared that I went through this all. Maybe he'll add multiple characters for his updates. I'm hoping that, like, as much as it's great that he's spending multiple, like, you know, as long as it's great that he's spending like his entire updating one character's like 2 or 3 days. I feel like it'd be nice to have it where you update like 2 characters but like only 1 day for each. I'd rather have that, but it really shouldn't be much of a make or breaker. It just means I'll have to wait longer to do Shuichi and Keisuke, and in the meantime I'll be doing like the Hasty Night after class when that gets updated. I could check that out after the stream. But yeah, it's like that, Hasty Night, Echo whenever that updates for Jenna's route. I don't know, maybe I'm still going with that. I've played through TJ's like personally on my own, and wow, that one is intense to say the least. But from there, I don't know. We're just gonna play it by ear. I'm gonna be busy with my volleyball season 2. Like that will start to kick up, so my streaming days may be less frequent, or definitely less frequent than right now. But like in comparison to like what I was doing in like October and November and September, I'm probably gonna be streaming like a tad less than I did then, because I'll probably have fewer like nights off after that. I may have like games or doing homework, catching up on that. So yeah, that is really about all I got. When's the next Coach Gill update? That's gonna be a while, I think. Like, I don't know. Like, Coach Gill got updated like last month, so, and there's 5 characters, and it's gonna have to probably go through all of them. Unless Andy Pang does multiple characters in his updates. I'm really hoping for that. But, yeah, I don't know. Are you excited for the Richard route? Wait, I don't think there's a Richard route. Is there? I feel like you have to confirm that with Dinewolf, but as far as I know, there's no side route with Richard, so that would be pretty cool, but yeah, I don't think it's possible. TJ is great. I'm hyped. Oh boy. Poor TJ. That's all I gotta say. About my route, or not my route, but I mean, yeah, but about TJ's route. Yeah, poor TJ. Dear Lord. All right, so that's all I got to say now. I will cap things off here, and until next time, take care, guys.